Just a one.
There it is.
Clean stick. You gotta flip it back with the heel.
Alright, well, you guys ready to get rolling?
I am ready.
You just want to start from the beginning? Like, give the beginning of the White Lighter story?
Okay. I guess I could, yeah. I'm the original member here.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, back before the COVID, I think it was like 2017 or 2018, I was in the drum line at University of Cincinnati. I auditioned for they wanted to have this big show with like a stage in the middle of the field and like big production, and I auditioned to be the drum set player for that. And then Dan Matthews, who's not here today, auditioned to be the bass player of that, and that's how we met. And a guy named Rob was our guitarist then, and we kind of just like did the whole like 3 or 4 month marching season. Found out we had good chemistry, wanted to form a band after it was over. Dan had met Ben at an open mic night, and then we started playing together. Fast forward to, I think, the August after that, and then Rob moved to California for his, I guess, what was it, grad school, I think? Ooh. And then Ethan had filmed a video for us, and that's how we knew him, and then now he's in the band.
Yeah.
So that was a very speedy way to go through it.
I did the Queen City sessions with Bearcast. Mm-hmm. I did a couple of them with them, and I was in a band before this called Flight Pattern. That was like my high school band, and you know we came to college and everyone went their separate ways. I was like, shit, I need a band now, because like I need to like have an outlet to play music, and so I hit these guys up. I'm surprised you guys responded, because it was like oh, our guitarist moved away. I was like, I could be your guitarist.
I remember getting that message because we had played with him recently in Kentucky, and I was like, yo.
Yeah, Flight Pattern and White Lighter
was sick, and I hate to like poach somebody in any sense. And he was like, "Oh, our band just broke up," and I'm like, "Yes, you want to come to our next practice?" And he was there, and it was just like perfect.
Yeah.
We jammed on like Santeria in a very hot attic.
Yeah, it was the sweatiest attic ever.
Yeah.
It was a rocking one though. The neighbors loved it. Lots of compliments that year.
That's good. Where are you guys all from?
I'm from Cincinnati. Yeah.
I'm originally from Chicago, the Chicago area, and then I moved to Lebanon, and now I'm here in Cincinnati. Lebanon, Ohio, not the country.
Big difference.
Yeah.
I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah, grew up there. Yeah.
How often would you go to Burrough? Because that's where Brett, Tim, and I are from. Springboro.
So my mom worked there, so I went there a couple times. She worked in like therapy in the schools, so I went there a couple times, but and for games, but that was about it. So.
Were you both in drumline at all, or in marching band?
I was just in jazz band in high school.
Yeah.
That's all I was in.
Yeah, I did it in high school and college.
Yeah. Drum set, or did you do anything else?
I was a snare drum and drum set. And then the one year that I decided enough of this shit was my favorite year of college.
Really?
So,
It's on the record.
It is on the record. Yeah, man. No, I got to do a lot of cool stuff, but it was getting to the point where it was a little too much for me. So. Yeah.
Are you dragging or rushing?
It was like that though. It was fucked up.
Intense.
It was super intense, man. Yeah.
See, my band director didn't know how to play guitar, and I was guitar and jazz band, so he was just like, whatever you're doing is fine. As long as you're in the key, and I was like, I think I am. That was before I knew.
A dream. Mine was the best drummer of like all time, and so he was so intense.
Perfection.
Yeah, it was literally like Whiplash.
Yeah.
Without the physical
no chairs flying over your head.
No, almost though. It was like getting like yelled at in front of like all your 40 peers for like 20 minutes for like doing one thing that you messed up at practice. It was pretty bad, but
oh god.
Yeah.
Classic band director.
Oh my god. I don't know. I've never had like one that was like not crazy.
Yeah.
I guess real. It's like you got to be crazy to do that.
Yeah. What's your guys' songwriting process like? What's from like start to finish?
Yeah, I mean, usually from when I've been in the band, I usually come up with a riff of some sort, or like general song idea, and then we'll come here, and then I'll just try to, jam it out. Usually Dan and Christian will just like hop right in, and we'll just be jamming on the same riff or verse or whatever. Ben will start writing some lyrics, or he'll pull a scroll out or something. He wrote like stuff with chalk on like a I don't even know it, papyrus. But yeah, he'll write some lyrics and then we'll just start jamming on it, and then that's pretty much that. We'll come back for the next 2 weeks and have a song.
Yeah.
It's luckily probably the easiest band that I've been in to write a song, because it just kind of all comes together. We're all on the same page since we've been jamming for so long. So
That's perfect. What was your guys' process like for your first album, Natural Law?
Slow and a lot of learning.
Yeah.
We did everything by ourselves. We had the help of our buddy Josh that did a lot of great mixing and mastering for us. But we did all the recording and stuff, which was good. But I mean, you can hear progression in the album, which is really cool, from the stuff that we did first to the stuff that we ended with, and the production quality just kept going up. So it's pretty fun, but like again, it took us a while to like kind of figure out what we wanted to do and how we wanted to do it and how we wanted to achieve the sounds and record different parts. And
Yeah, it was tough it was because it was during COVID when we finally were like, let's do it. But also, like, I recorded it not on the drum set behind you, but on one of those like really shitty, like all black electric kits. And so I would not want to do that again, because like it's tough to like mimic because it doesn't pick up the same stuff a normal drum set would.
Right.
But the overall process was a lot. I feel like it took longer than we wanted, but when it was done, it was like, wow, this is cool. I remember I sat in my car. I got home from work really late, and I sat in my car and like listened to the whole thing, and that was just really cool. It was a cool thing to do.
yeah, I mean, there's definitely some stuff I would do different next time, like recording of the real kit. But I'm really happy with the album. There was complications because we recorded it in this room.
Okay.
And you can kind of hear right now there's other bands that play here. So if you're recording,
Yeah.
So recording like an actual drum kit was, as much as we wanted to do it, A, it's a lot of money for the mics, which we have some of them, and B, it was almost impossible because like there's like a metal band next door that would just start
and
like
above.
and above. It's like blast beats like every other hour, and
We also had to re-record some stuff too, because we had some technical difficulties. There were times when I was like, "This is never gonna happen. We're never gonna get
Just
this
had,
out."
like 3 songs deleted and stuff
Yeah.
like that on accident. But, like Ethan
I'll
absolutely
call out Apple.
crushed it.
Yeah.
I'll call out Apple.
Yeah.
They,
Apple screwed us.
Apple sucks.
they lost. So the comma key on my MacBook stopped working, and I was like, "Oh, easy fix. I'll just go take this in and get the comma key replaced."
Yeah.
Well, that was like back when, if you remember, like the big ass snowstorms in Texas were happening, and I was like, "They're not gonna send it to Texas. Why would they send my computer to Texas to get a comma key fixed?" Called them the next day. "Yeah, your computer's in Texas." Okay, and then like a month later, yeah, we don't know where it is. So they just lost my computer.
Wow.
So I had to get a new one, and just like 3 songs that we had recorded were deleted. So
That was like how we started the album. But
Yeah.
other than that, like Ethan was one of the people that definitely like worked stupid hard on it. He's
Oh,
like
yeah.
the main sound engineer, and like again, you can just hear the progression. Like he's gotten super talented in my opinion with like being able to like figure out how to make it sound like we want to sound, or get the tone that we want to get in these situations. Because again, like there's times where I'm like, dude, let's get like a little bit of gain on my voice, and we throw a guitar pedal on the voice very low, and then we're shooting shots of vocals in this tiny booth that we've built ourselves in between other people like practicing their own songs very loud, and it's coming out, so it's a good time, and just like being able to hear it and be like, oh, well, yeah, I'm proud of that. It was awesome. So
it was a fun process recording though too. We'd all come in, Ben and I would come in, just grab a 6-pack and just go at it for a
See
couple
where the
hours.
mic goes.
Yeah, it was fun, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you start it, and when did you finish it?
I mean, Shepherd's Pie was like 2019, wasn't it?
Oh.
No, it was.
yeah, that was the first single.
I think it was. Let me check.
Was it really? No, I
think it
think
was
we
2019.
started it during COVID. because we were playing out a decent amount. Like
The last thing we did before COVID was
That show at
Shepherd's Pie
UC.
for
Right.
Tiny Desk that one year.
Yeah, but we didn't
Shepherd.
record it though.
No, that's the last thing that we did though, and that was right before it was recorded.
Shepherd's Pie was 2021. I was wrong. Okay.
But yeah,
So 2021 to
we didn't start getting serious about it though until like halfway through 2021.
Mm.
Yeah, because we were like, we want to set a date because that would force us to like
Get it done.
get it done. And it's tough because like it's something we all want to do, but you know, we need to get better at. Some of us need to get better putting like the time into it. Ben's all in all the time, but like I work a
I
job.
got too much energy.
Yeah, and so yeah, sometimes I'm like tired and don't feel like it. But if it's something we really want to do, we should push a little harder. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time, and that's the thing that makes it easy for me. You know, I've played music since I was in kindergarten at like a variety show, and it just is like my second nature. You know, so while everyone had things that they had to do, like you told you got to play sports or told you got to do this to be whatever. I've played music throughout the years, and it just feels right and nice, and people have a really good time, and it's nice to be able to contribute to that, because I know how hard it can be, like, to have a good time sometimes. So it's like really great to have that feeling of like possibly being able to have a job where it's literally your job to just like help people to relax and enjoy the people that they're with, because like that's a super cool thing to see.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it makes it easy to have a priority like that. It's kind of cool. So I've let that drive me when I can.
And we gig a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
We gig. I mean, what a lot of the people in like the Clifton scene don't see is like, I mean, we're in Loveland or Covington or anywhere like every weekend.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. It's just finding that time to practice and write again. Because I'm super glad. We're actually getting paid for this shit now,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
That's great.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. But since we're now all that time that we spent not playing shows, we were writing. Now we're playing shows, so we gotta kind of get back in the groove.
Yeah.
We're all working too.
So,
we have
yeah.
other jobs.
Yeah, it's tough though, because like our growth, and I feel like a lot of Clifton bands it's probably similar, is the growth is at the shows, at the house shows. Like we all we try to play like out in the suburbs or like away from Clifton to like make money or maybe make connections. But you'll maybe get like 2 Instagram followers from like a 3-hour show in Loveland or Covington, because that demographic of people doesn't really have an Instagram. They're not super plugged into social media. But like when we play house shows, they're old. But no, when we play house shows, it's like, we could see like the day after, it's like our Instagram followers go up a little bit, and like that is really cool. And so like seeing that as growth, it's like we want to play more shows, we want to keep growing, but I feel like sometimes we need to like try to take a step back to do recording, which I know some other bands have done. So
Yeah, I think like we messaged Tasteful to get some house shows going. They're like, yeah, we're taking the month off to do recording. I'm like, that's what we need to do, man.
it is. But it's scary.
But
though.
it is because I mean, if you look at our growth from we just hit over 1,000 followers on Instagram, and that's because over like the past couple months we gained like 350 followers from just playing house shows.
Yeah.
But it's tough for sure, man. Because I usually host the ones at my place, and it's hard on the house. So,
Especially the plumbing.
Especially the plumbing.
Yeah. I think it's time.
It's time.
All right.
When you gotta go,
I'm passionate
you gotta go.
about this.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the date? I was like,
You know who you are.
yeah.
No.
It was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, something like that. We had a house show, and it was you guys. I'm so sorry. How do you say the band name? Is it Vonada? Vonada.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah. Okay. So Vonada. It was Dead Humor, Painted Platinum, which is my other band, and White Lighter, and then Co-Etc. as well. Super fun show.
It was insane. It was like the craziest crowd.
Yeah.
First problem we ran into is we had all the bands on like the side wall where we usually have them, and the power went out. And so we blew an outlet or something because the power to the rest of the house was still on, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. So we were all panicking, like, is that the show? Like, do we call it? And then I like get in front of everyone. It's like, everyone go outside. We're gonna just move for a second. So we shift the entire show to the other side of the room. Start playing. You know, we have a good set. Then Dead Humor's up, and I was really excited for them to play because we haven't got to play a show with them yet. And everyone's standing upstairs. I'm up there for a little bit just because my ears were hurting, and I'm like, yo, there's a bunch of fucking people up here. Why is everyone up here? And then someone just goes, yo, it smells like shit downstairs. I'm like, well, it's probably...
It smelled like shit everywhere.
Yeah,
like, I walked outside and it smelled like shit.
Yeah, I thought that was just like, you know, there's a bunch of drunk people in my house. It's like gonna smell not the best. You know, that was... But then I went downstairs. I was like, no, it's like straight shit down here. So everyone cleared out. Josh, who's the singer of Painted Platinum, and he did all of our mixing and stuff. He gets like a stick that he found and lifts up the toilet seat that's in my basement. Keep in mind, this toilet does not have plumbing. It's in the middle of the basement, so there's like no.
That was your
like
first mistake.
Yeah, there's like a border thing on it, but it's like, you know, it's not a wall. It gets knocked down every show. No water in it, no plumbing, no toilet paper, nothing. There's like mold in it. It's like a gross Clifton toilet, man. I've seen them in the basements. I don't know what's up with Clifton having toilets in the basement that don't work, but it's a thing. And we were joking at the beginning when we signed this lease, like, oh yeah, we're gonna throw a show, someone's gonna shit in the toilet. and I was like, nah, no one's gonna do that. That's disgusting. And Josh picks up a stick, lifts up the toilet seat, and it's just like it's in there, man. And I was like, dude, what do we do about this? So the next day I go to Target. I grab like the 75-cent bowls that you can get. Put on some masks and didn't have gloves, so I duct taped like Kroger bags to my hand. And Josh and I took turns using these bowls and scooping it out and putting it in a Home Depot bucket.
I feel like you should have just taken the whole toilet and just put it outside. And
well, it's like still attached to the like the floor. It's not like loose.
And you don't want to have like poo right up by your face when you're moving.
Yeah. It was rough, man. And
I
then
told him to just like vacuum it out and just throw away the vacuum.
just
Tiny vacuum. Like,
just suck
that's
it
the
out.
only way to do it, you know? Like,
so whoever did that, I want to know.
No, I have a message.
Don't want to know.
I have a message for whoever did it. I hope you're feeling better, and it's not embarrassing if no one knows it was you.
It's embarrassing. I know it was you.
I don't know who it was. I think the people that were around them. I'm looking at you if you're watching. You should have said something.
Yeah, I had the feeling the person that did it probably has no idea they did it when they woke up.
Oh, probably not.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I feel bad for people, you know?
Yeah.
We got rid of the smell, man. My girlfriend had this idea. She goes up to our bathroom upstairs. She comes down with like a big ass tub of bleach, and I was like, oh yeah, that should do the trick. Just pour a little bleach. She just dumps the whole thing in the toilet. And I'm like, got rid of the smell.
Yeah,
So,
wow.
oh man.
We'll let you know if it happens again tonight. I kind of hope it does.
No, it's a back deck show tonight.
Oh hell yeah. Okay.
I'm not.
We should put the toilet like in the back. See if anybody does it. It's like bait. To see if we can catch them again.
That should be like your next merch option. Just like a
That's a good idea.
white lighter toilet.
Oh my god, that's a really good idea.
That's good.
With thumbtacks to the seat.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh god, that's mean.
That is mean.
Someone's
They're
gonna-
already in a bad
Someone's
position.
getting thumbtacked in the ass.
They're gonna like shit anyway. They're gonna have.
Flight.
They
Yeah.
would.
Hey, you guys didn't have to clean it out. I'm for the thumbtack.
Oh, I know.
I'm for the thumbtack
Oh, I
option.
know,
man.
dude. I know. I didn't have to clean.
If it-
Don't
if-
tape the toilet down.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
tape the whole toilet
yeah,
down.
yeah.
People will find a way.
People will
I
find
know.
it.
Dude, we
You're not
have-
wrong.
we
You know,
have
This is
some-
why we need like a public toilet system that's easily accessible to everybody.
I mean, you
in the
guys have a
cities.
great backyard though. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, we have some weird people coming through the show. Some awesome
Yeah.
people.
Mostly
some
awesome.
great. Yeah, it's always a good time.
He's just weird people. No,
Yeah, yeah.
Ethan.
No, it's always a good
judgmental.
time.
He's judgmental shrews.
No.
I had a guy at the same house show where the toilet incident happened. He was on like a ski mask, and he came up after we were done playing. He's like, "Yo, play my song." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Play my song." I was like, "We're done." He's like, "Oh, okay." So people just are weird. I would never go up to anybody I don't know and say anything. So the fact that people come up and say shit is crazy.
Did you even introduce himself?
No, I didn't know who
They
he was
never
because he had like a whole little ski
Yeah,
mask
they
on.
never-
We had a dude that was up raiding my cabinet.
Put his finger in your peanut butter.
Yeah. Josh was up with me. It was like just us upstairs because like there's a band playing, and I was just like checking on my room and everything. And this dude is just he takes out my peanut butter, opens it, and he's just like sniffing the peanut butter. And Josh just goes, "Yo, what are you doing?" And he's like, "I just wanted to sniff."
Wow.
I was like, dude.
Honesty is key.
I mean, no, I respect it. Like he told me what's up. I threw away the peanut butter.
Now
immediately.
respect.
Yeah.
I would have been left speechless if I saw
You get
that.
like baby locks on your tab.
Yeah, we my room is
Don't
the only
tell
one
people
with a
that.
lock. Yeah, no, cut that.
Yeah, never mind.
This house is
God.
completely
It's ADT
secure.
protected.
We've got 3 bodyguards around the clock.
Is that the craziest thing you guys have happened at a show so far?
Probably.
That one,
Yeah.
that one by far. I mean, the house shows are always.
House shows are always crazy.
Yeah.
They're my favorite things to play.
Oh, yeah.
Like we don't get paid at them, but it doesn't matter because they're insane.
I would rather play a house show than. I mean, I love all the gigs that we
Yeah.
paid for, but
The house shows are fun because like everybody's there for the music, whereas like gigs you're like playing at a restaurant or a bar, and so like people just stumble upon you. Whereas like house shows, all those people are there to enjoy the music, which is awesome.
and we can play our original stuff.
Yeah, and
which,
people-
we do it at the paid gigs too, but we play 3-hour shows at paid gigs, and it's like, we'll play like Tom Petty stuff, which is cool. I love it, but. When you're there playing.
Boom roast, huh?
Yeah.
We do better than Tom Petty. Tom
Whoa,
Petty-
dude!
He
Jeez!
is bad.
Tom Petty kind
I
of
know.
sucks though. Like
No. Tom Petty's.
No!
he's like if Bob Dylan was a little bit better. Yeah.
This is why we don't give him a mic. We don't.
Well, nobody
last
disagreed
night,
with me
it's
just
great.
now. Nobody disagreed.
I don't like Bob Dylan. No.
No, Christian has the hot takes. We don't
I
give
do have the hot takes.
Yeah.
I did get a mic last. I want a mic again tonight. I got a
You
mic
get
last.
one. And you get one.
I get
okay?
one.
You deserve
I
one.
say what everybody's thinking. That
You want it?
I don't think anyone was thinking that Tom
I
Petty
know.
thing.
So what's funny is when we play songs, like we won't. It's not like, hey, go learn this song, and Ben will just be like, I got a song for you guys, and it's like a Tom Petty song that I've
Literally, I'll
like
just
never
be like-
heard before.
I'll literally just on the microphone without telling them, I'll be like, here's one that these guys have never played.
Yeah, and then it becomes part of our set, and like
Oh, it's so
I'll go
good.
listen to it. I'll hear it afterwards. Like, ugh. Like I literally just did that
Yeah.
with the last the Mary Jane song.
Yeah.
What, you don't like Mary Jane's
No,
Last Dance?
I like it, and then I heard the Tom Petty version, and I was like, ooh.
It's a missing.
Yeah. I feel bad, man, but that's definitely happened.
The one that gets me is I'd never heard Valerie by Amy Winehouse.
That is.
I never
That's an
heard that
amazing
song, and then we just started playing it, and I was like, "This is a dope song." And I was like literally like last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, I was like, "I'm gonna listen to the actual song." People love this song.
Yeah.
And I've never heard it, which sucks to say, but and I was like, "Ah, this is
If somebody's gonna come after me for saying I hate Tom Petty,
yeah, probably that's
Damn.
it's I'll
Another
come
guy
after you.
named
I'm allowed to have
Petty.
opinions.
Why the fuck does this guy hate me?
Yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite couple of covers you guys do?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well,
You said that quick. What are they? Go.
Oh, my favorite. My favorite to play is Watermelon Sugar because people really like that by Harry Styles. Another favorite one that I feel like nobody else likes is we play Slim Shady sometimes, and we did it last night. And I didn't. There was a baby there, like a straight up child, and I didn't realize that. And I was like, let's play Slim Shady, and we
I
didn't.
love it, but
yeah.
dude, the whole song's about being a phony Slim Shady, and here I am, not Slim Shady. But like on top of that, lyrically difficult song.
Yeah.
Also, like breath-wise, super specific, hard to do. But every time, like I feel like I pull it off, I'm like that was a great time. And I would just like
There's like a few people
I
that are
love that
always really
song.
appreciate it.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally. It's just
Yeah.
like like when people do a song that good, and you feel really tough to live up to any sort of standards that you set with them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's a crazy song, but like, oh, that's a fun one.
Yeah.
You go first. I'm still thinking.
oh yeah, I like we do a cover of "Ain't No Rest for the Wicked."
Yeah, I like that one.
It's a good
That
one.
I don't want to say this because it sounds egotistical, but other people have told us that it sounds better than you. It sounds better than
It's
the
fine.
original.
I said our version of the Tom Petty song is better than Tom
Egotistical
Petty.
I did.
I did, so
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
you
say
did,
that.
yeah. No.
Jesus Christ, you guys.
No, I like
Someone needs
the.
to knock you guys out. We suck, alright? None of the covers we play are good. Oh, man.
Yeah, I like Ain't No Rest for the Wicked, and this I like the Tom Petty song. I like Mary Jane.
Yeah, I like playing it. It's good.
I don't know.
I
Something.
feel,
It's like
I feel like a douche now. I feel
yeah,
so
you should.
sorry.
You're a
sorry
douche.
to every Tom
Say-
Petty
say
fan
you're
out
sorry
there.
to Tom Petty.
I'm sorry that I think Tom Petty is not a good singer.
No, I like.
Further digging your
Backhand!
I'm just saying, like,
Damn, man. Man,
you agree?
no.
You can agree. Thank you.
Because I sang that song.
Yeah. And then you heard it and you're like, this guy is famous?
Just think of perspective. Oh, my dreams are achievable.
Yeah. Well, like with Bob Dylan, like I didn't know when I was younger, Guns N' Roses was my favorite band, and when I would come home from school, I would literally like put a CD behind me and like play all the albums of Guns N' Roses. My favorite song was Knockin' on Heaven's Door, and my childhood band would always play Knockin' on Heaven's Door. Didn't realize that was Bob Dylan's song until I got older. And then I heard the old version, and I was like, fuck, this sucks. So.
Then it hits you. That song's just terrible.
Yeah.
I don't like that song. Guns N' Roses is okay sometimes.
I love it.
sometimes.
Yeah, right.
Axl Rose.
Axl Rose is
sick notes.
wacky,
Yeah,
man.
Slash is the only one that.
Yeah.
He slaps.
Yeah.
He
He's-
slaps, no doubt. But like, yeah, Knocking on Heaven's Door is not where they slap it.
I saw them on their reunion tour. But the summer before I went to college, and I've been out of college for like 2 years now, and they're still on that tour.
Really?
Yeah, so they've been on it for like 6 or 7 years. It's called the Not in This Lifetime tour, and that's just a bad name for it now because it's really old.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
Been a couple lifetimes.
it's been quite a few lifetimes. Yes. So.
Ben's been waiting to answer this song.
I've still been thinking,
Oh,
man.
shit, yeah.
Ethan gave me a good answer, but I don't know. That's a tough question. I always forget the songs that I like. Ethan told me that I like Bulls on Parade.
I tell you what you like.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
He do be telling me what I like, though. No, that's a good song. I like to see people like that song because there's always surprising people that like that song. And I feel bad for saying that. It's definitely judgmental, but like when like I saw like a 45-year-old dude get thrown through a table at like a very casual suburban bar to Bulls on Parade, I was like, all right, the song gets home for
Yeah.
Well, people
It's
love
pretty epic.
the Nirvana. It Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's funny because people at house shows will go crazy for that,
Oh.
and then people at like
Ooh.
bars will go crazy for that. And it's fun to see that.
I think I'm gonna toss up. I love Pearl Jam. We do what is it?
Even flow.
Even Flow. That one's just a groovy song. Yeah. And then I love playing with the reverb on that one. Yeah.
It's dirty.
Now, what songs do you hate playing?
No.
I don't hate any songs, man. It's all depending on the time. If someone requests a song that we know, I can play it right then. But if someone requests a song that either I don't know well or I don't think I know well, then I'm like, I don't like playing that song right now, at least, you know? Then I'm always like, this song sucks right now. Then
Oh
other
yeah, I
songs
want
I'm
to do
like,
it
"This is great."
justice every time
Right,
we play a
right.
song.
And doing it justice, you got to be in the right mood, you know. So like, if we played a song twice, because like I don't have a problem playing a song twice for people, because like that's I'll do that.
If
You
people
pick-
want it, people want it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I'll play you a song twice. That's beautiful. You want us to hear it again? Like that's great. Ask me a third time, really rude, and I'm like,
Has that happened?
oh yeah, man.
We should just every time they ask, just play the same song again. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, last night we had some person like after we had packed up yelling at us like 3 different times. They yelled at Ethan twice. They were like, "Are you guys done? That sucks." And I'm just like, okay, that's weird. They said it to Ethan a second time, and then after they said it to Ethan the second time, they then said it to me while I'm like carrying a big speaker by. And the first thing I thought was like, just straight up to the face. I was like, we have 3 other shows this weekend if you want more music. And they just didn't say anything. And I was like, perfect. That's it. Just like be a little nicer. Like don't
Yeah.
tell us we suck. You just played for 3 hours. Like hopefully you had a good time, but like don't end it like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
People are just
People are
hilarious,
crazy.
so-
But I love people.
Yeah, all,
Of
all in
course,
all,
we
all
love
in all,
people.
it is
Oh,
a
yes.
good time.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think that I've played a song like with this group of people that I play music with currently that like I haven't enjoyed, which is cool. You know.
It's always a good
Yeah,
time.
it's always a good time.
Do you guys have a favorite song off your album?
Mine's Cream.
Cream.
Yeah. And yeah.
I got 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I like, or 3. I like Parakeet. I like So Strong, and I like oh shoot, give me a second. I just forgot it. Parakeet, So Strong, and
To Be Right.
To Be Right. Yeah.
There you go, telling him what he
like
likes
this
again.
You listen to me, motherfucker. I probably my favorite song is probably Shepherd's Pie. That was the first song I wrote with the band when I came in, and it's a riff that I had for a minute that I didn't know what to do with. And you know, I'm in another band that I started freshman year, which is Painted Platinum, that I was in before this, but they're like pop punk. So I was like, this riff is very classic rock, blues rock, and you know, I very much like this style, but I don't want to go, you know, give it to this band because I don't know what we would do with it. So I brought it to White Lighter, and it was like, it just all kind of came together. Like Christian slaps the drums on that, and it's a groovy song. Yep. Dan has a bass solo in it, which is cool. Yeah, first song we wrote got a bass solo and a guitar solo. I love it. Yeah, it gives everyone a chance to shine in that song, and the bridge kind of sounds like Brooks and Dunn, a little bit, which is kind of funny. But no, I like it. It's a good song.
That was a fun one.
Do one of you guys primarily work on the lyrics, or do you all collectively kind of do it?
That's me. Yeah.
I had one contribution to Cream. I did. I had one contribution, and it's in there.
Late enough.
It's the lyric of like, hold you up against that wall.
Negative.
That was totally me.
Sorry, buddy.
It was totally me. So I claim ownership of that song. That's why it's my favorite.
Christian gets all the writing credit.
I get all the writing credits. It's fine.
I don't do any lyrics.
It's all Ben.
Yeah.
What's your guys' favorite show that you've played so far, and after that, the least favorite show you played, if you want to talk about it?
Sure. Mine's a toss-up. There's I don't know if I want to talk about this.
Do it. Cat's
I
out of
think
the
I know the
bag.
one
We
that
already
you
talked about somebody shitting in the toilet. You can't not talk about whatever you're about to talk about.
Okay. We'll decide. We'll let you know if we don't want this in.
I don't know what you're about to say. So
We opened for Drake Bell.
Oh! Yeah. Interesting.
We do not condone anything Drake Bell has done
Yeah.
to start this off. I don't know if you know what Drake Bell's done.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, we didn't know about this.
It happened
At the
after.
time.
It happened after we opened for him.
We were supposed to open for him like during the May of
Before
2020, and then it got pushed back to an entire year. So
But there were more people there for White Lighter than there were Drake Bell, which is crazy because Drake Bell showed up like 2 hours later, something like that.
also the promoters of that show is interesting because I think every time the show got rescheduled, they booked more people. So by the time the show actually happened, it's like 15 groups, and it made no sense. Like
Yeah.
it was like rap groups, like death metal groups, rock groups, and then Drake Bell at the end. I'm like, what is going on?
And Drake Bell, it wasn't a full band. It was like him and a guitar.
It was just him, yeah.
Yeah.
And he played like a bunch of covers of like the same band. I don't remember what band.
The
Oh, it
Beatles.
was
He
the Beatles,
did the Beatles.
Really?
Yeah, he just did like a whole Beatles set. He did some of his own stuff, but it was no. I mean it was the Thompson House. If you guys have ever been there,
Yeah.
and it was like we definitely played some shows at Thompson House where it's like empty, and it's like, but no, it was. I mean, it's a big place, and it was like packed. There was people all over the like the main floor. There was people up in like the VIP area. That was one of my favorites because people loved it. And then, just don't condone Drake Bell. And then any of the house shows, man. Probably minus the shit in the toilet. The last one was really fun.
Yeah.
So
What was your least favorite?
First show we ever played together.
Motor Pub.
Oh, no!
We also do not condone motor pub, and we're gonna go out in public with that one because those guys kind of suck.
They kicked us out. From
Yeah.
the
We
cover
were
song.
invited to substitute for another band and lacked the information that apparently they would love an only original set that night.
Yeah, we
This is
also
the thing.
just got
This is
with
within
Ethan.
1 week of
Yeah.
Ethan joining the band, and we're like, okay, we'll fill in for our friend for this show for an hour set, no problem.
Yeah.
Whatever. So we show up with 4 of our original songs and 6 covers. And we're like, that's fine, we'll have a good time. First time ever being here. We showed up and we get through our 5th song and somebody from the bar walks over to us, turns out to be one of the owners or managers there, and looks at me straight in the face and says, yo, if you guys play one more cover, we're kicking you out.
Whoa.
That's
Also,
the first thing that they said to me.
the sound
And,
guy at the beginning was an asshole because like we were like tuning up and stuff and like making sure our sound was good, and there first was like nobody in
There
the
was-
place
there was
anyway, and he was like, "You
there
guys need to cool it until
We had
it's closer
4
to the show."
friends that were there
I'm like,
to
dude.
come see us, and they were the only people in the whole place.
And
right?
I didn't realize that was Motor's thing. Like I feel like if that would have, because we were
Here's
new.
Hold on. Here's the thing. So we get to our 5th song, and they tell us that, and I'm like, okay, I hate what you just said to me. So we're gonna play one more fucking cover, and we're gonna pack up our stuff, and we're gonna leave.
Hell yeah.
And so we play our cover, nice and loud, have a great time,
Yeah.
and we're like, we just got kicked out of here. You guys have a good rest of your night, and that's it. We pack up our stuff. We're very fuming. Christian handled it pretty well. I did not say anything to anybody else there. Christian.
I often speak my mind when other people maybe think I shouldn't.
Christian then tells the person that kicked us out, he was like, hey, I don't know, like, why you guys kicked us off the stage, but, like,
I was sassier than that.
you know,
Yeah.
we didn't know we were supposed to play an originals only set, and if that was the case, we would have said no. But, like, I don't know if you've ever been to a bar and been like, oh, I'm super happy the band didn't play a single song that I know.
Yeah.
I did. I said that straight to his
And-
face. I
and
was like,
this
"Yeah,
guy
I
looked
don't know
at
who
Christian-
comes to a place and hears nothing they know and is
Christian-
excited about it." And he was like, "That happens all the time." I'm like, "I bet it does."
Christian, I'll never forget it, word for word. This dude looks at Christian and says, oh, I've had that happen. And Christian goes, oh, I bet you have. And I was just like, dude, thanks for saying something, man. But, like, again,
I'm like fresh in the band,
This is-
19
this is
years
the
old,
first
standing
time-
next to Christian, like, what the
first
fuck is
time-
that?
No, I get like mad and shit. Like I get really upset.
first
when
time we're
things
ever at
like
this
that
place,
happen.
we're like, well, that fucking sucked.
Yeah.
A year goes by, we're like, you know, we don't feel like playing a motor, we don't need to do that, whatever. I then hear about other bands that I know people in, and we were told that we got kicked out because it's an originals only bar, not because it's an originals only night. I know multiple bands that went there for multiple occasions to play only covers mixed in with their originals, just to have a set. And I'm like, so why did you kick us out
I think-
after playing 6 songs?
I think it was maybe
We
they
played for
had
40
a
minutes.
they didn't have their little like I think places have to
they
have
got 40
a
minutes
copyright
out of our hour of
thing.
free music and then kicked us out. If you want to kick us out for playing a cover, do it for the first one and talk to us about it. But again, very rude situation, so we do not work with them. That's my least favorite gig, if you can't tell.
Yeah.
I'm
And we
very
could-
passionate about it.
We can
sadly.
100% play an all original show now. You
Oh,
know, like
yeah.
we have the album out. You know, we're working
This
on
was
some
like
new
over
stuff.
2
It's-
years ago too.
Yeah, it's.
But we see other local bands play there, and honestly, I'm like, man, I wish we didn't have such a bad experience because it would have been. I feel like that's a cool place to play.
It's
Even bigger
it's different.
bands.
It's different when people handle situations
Yeah.
differently. You know what I mean?
Even bigger bands, man. Like we saw the Foo Fighters. Rest in peace, Taylor Hawkins.
Yep.
But we saw the Foo Fighters, and they did like Bee Gees covers. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
it's
Taylor
like
crushed somebody.
yeah, they did
It's a
Queen.
beautiful time.
I love his cover.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
gorgeous. You know
it's
what I mean?
insane.
And it's just like, what are you on that you feel like kicking somebody out of somewhere in Cincinnati, Ohio?
Yeah.
Like again, if you're gonna do that, we don't need to be a part of that. Like we're
Yeah.
people. We realize that people are people, and you're going through whatever you're going through. But like, that's just a stupid thing to do. you
That's there. I know a lot of bands too that are against some covers or even in high school. Like a big one for me was like specifically the community I was in. It was like Teen Spirit is overrated. Like don't play Teen Spirit. We've all heard that, but it's like I like playing those songs mixed in with our originals because people are vibing to our originals. You can tell. At the house shows, and people love it, which is fantastic. I love when people love our music. It's one of the best feelings in the world. But I mean, when you throw up a song like Teen Spirit and people just start moshing. If I was at a house show and I was like, damn, this band is really good, I really like their stuff, and they pulled out like a Green Day song, one of my favorite bands, and I was like, shit, I like them better now. I'm gonna go look up their stuff because they just played a Green Day song and they crushed it and they did Green Day justice, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Yeah, and like I said, Foo Fighters did it. Guns N' Roses, the Bob Dylan song.
There's like an entire album of covers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were your guys' favorite shows?
Oh. Mine are just the house shows. I don't know if I have I guess the Drake Bell show was probably one of my favorites just because it was so cool. Because it was like our third show back after COVID because we didn't play for an entire year.
Right.
And I didn't even think the show was going to happen because it was still that weird period of like, are people going to go out and have a good time? Is it going to get pushed back? Like we had no idea. And it was just cool to have that many people there. My least favorite show probably would be, I don't know, maybe Motor, I guess. I don't know. I think back to my before Ethan was in the band, it was Rob, Dan, and I did a show at UC's like campus bar. I don't remember what it's called.
Catskeller.
Catskeller.
Oh, yeah.
And we did a terrible job. So bad.
No, I played a Catskeller with you.
This is different. Though.
Oh,
This
you
was
guys
different.
played Catskeller twice.
It wasn't even, it was just terrible. It was so bad.
We had good times at Cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say.
We sounded like shit. That's why I thought it was terrible. There was nobody there either, so I guess it was okay.
But now we sound good.
Now we sound okay.
Good band.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Favorite show?
Favorite show? There's a bunch of them. Favorite one I've ever played with these guys?
With us, hopefully, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it different? Is the answer different?
possibly.
Oh,
I'm sorry, guys.
Wow.
It's okay, man.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like meaningful stuff. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
talk about it for sure.
I don't know. So like, my favorite like actual musical experience is definitely playing with these guys, and it's like super tough to choose because, you know, we've had shows where there's a bunch of people having a good time. We've had shows where there's not so many people having a really great time, and it's tough to choose between them. But like, I don't know. I like the different things that we've done. Like a big thing that I enjoyed, we did a cool show for some sort of like variety show on UC's campus.
Oh, yeah, that was
And
awesome.
that was just like a nice thing for me because I struggled with school a lot because of my own stuff. And it took, I ended up finishing college, which is some sort of goal personally. It was a stupid goal. But I did it, and it took me 6 years. And so to be in a place that, like, you know, I had a bunch of great teachers, but I had some that were pretty shitty. And I've literally been, like, kicked out of a class in college, like, a couple of times, which is terrible. And, like, to have that feeling happen on UC's campus, and then to have a crazy rock show in a lecture hall, that was a cool thing for me to kind of be like, yo, like, fuck this place, I'm gonna have a beautiful time, like, no matter what, because no offense to UC, but they definitely tried to make my time there not super enjoyable multiple fucking times. So, yeah, that was a good time. We got to play a good show on campus, so that was nice. The house shows are always, like they said, just cool to see people really enjoying the music. We've played some private events where people, you know, are more relaxed than, you know, regular life because they're really with their family and friends, and that's really cool to see too. So that's nice to see people in that environment. But you know, I'm always just looking forward to the next time we get to play together, honestly. So
It's always a good time.
tough to choose.
What are some artists and musicians that inspire and influence you guys?
Yeah.
I'm guessing Molly Crew and Iron Maiden off those posters.
Yeah, I think that was actually Quinn that put those up. Yeah, he did like all those photos and everything too.
That's cool.
No, Motley Crue is a big one for me. I do like Motley Crue.
We have a song on our album called Pamela Anderson because we wanted to write a song that I feel like was similar to something like 80s like Motley Crue-ish.
Yeah.
And so then we came up with Pamela Anderson and decided to
It was
pay
the
homage to
moment
it.
that we literally came up with it. We were sitting here writing the song, and Christian was just figuring out the drums for it. And I looked at him and I was like, dude, like, you already know how to play this. Just play it like Tommy Lee would play it.
Yeah.
And literally, he was like, "Oh, dude, like you mean like this?" And he just got, like exactly what you hear on the song. He's like, first try what he did, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, you're living life with Pamela Anderson now." He was like, "Dude, this one's for Pamela Anderson," and we were
Yeah.
like, "That's it."
That's
This
the
is-
name.
I think we
man.
spelled her name wrong on the album, but it was on purpose.
Yeah, we don't want to get in legal trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know if there would be legal trouble, but yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
But no, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess my influences would be my two favorite bands of all time are Guns N' Roses and Red Hot Chili Peppers. But I also I like a bunch of other. I like all kinds of music, but those are my two biggest musical, I guess, background. I would play their songs all the time when I was younger, and I know how to play every single one of their songs. And awesome musicians.
I have more musicians that are probably my influences. One of my all-time favorite bands is Green Day. I was into the whole pop punk scene. The Green Day, Blink-182, Sum 41, Newfound Glory, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, in terms of musicians, my playing style, I think, kind of reflects. I love Slash, John Frusciante, Sinister Gates of Avenged Sevenfold. I cannot do what he does, but dude is crazy. But the riffs that him and Zachy Vengeance will come up with, are I kind of implement some of the stuff that I learned from them. I can't sweep pick, but they're crazy, man. But you can hear it in Shepherd's Pie did some of the guitar harmonies on the solo that I just straight Avenged Sevenfold that I got that from, even though it's not even that style. But
Lots of influences musically. Queen is a gorgeous group all around. They did some awesome stuff, recording wise and sound wise. They did awesome stuff. I love Rufus Wainwright is a really cool person. Mac Miller is one of my favorite producers and musicians of all time. One of my favorite guitarists is easily Kurt Cobain. I just love some of the simplicity tones. I like that. It's easy to draw from a lot of stuff for sure. I definitely idolize some people and not too much others, but the things that I idolize about the people that I enjoy are I try to bring their thought processes to it, and try and just keep myself really open-minded and really trying to keep doing something different than I should be doing, because it's really easy to keep doing the same things you want to do, or you're singing or playing something and you keep the same strumming patterns or the same chord progressions or the same feelings, and you got to really just be open up to whatever you're hearing in your own head and kind of pull from everything that you can, which is cool. Because I found that more recently. I feel like I've been able to kind of understand what those influences in music kind of did for me through skateboarding, because I've been skateboarding a bunch just for fun, but it's super freeing. I mean, you don't even have to be good, but just falling down and teaching yourself how to work is a super beautiful thing. And again, just trying to be open-minded is a super huge thing I look for in musical influences. But
I think Foo Fighters is probably a big one for me too. Yeah, I don't play the drums, but
I do. I play the drums.
You do?
I do, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I do.
No,
I like to dabble in
Taylor
it.
Hawkins is one of those. I've been saying it before. We play Everlong at some of our shows. It's when I do play drums, that's who I think of. And Dave Grohl, I was watching some interviews with him, and one of my favorite things that he's said, in quotes, is yeah, I think I have a pretty shitty voice, but people seem to like it, so I just keep doing it. And now we're on our 8th studio album, and I was yeah, it's just he's just making music because he likes it, and he's doing it for himself, and people love it, and that's what I want to do.
he seems like a cool person too. I
He
feel like a
does.
lot
I
of
want to
people,
meet Dave Grohl.
a lot of people successful in music don't seem like cool people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Have you seen his Hot Ones interview?
Yeah, I
No,
watched that
I
like the
haven't.
other day. Yeah,
He is hilarious.
he is really
All of
funny.
those hot ones are just genius.
Yeah,
Those are
I
good.
feel like it'd be a really fun interview to do.
it would. Yeah,
I love spicy things.
I just found out too that he played the devil in the Tenacious D movie.
So good
Really?
though.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I
he
like, didn't
did.
know that for a while.
Wow.
Man, that's his best role.
Yeah.
You wanna trip out? Watch the Pick of Destiny on YouTube
Yeah.
because they don't have the whole movie, but they have enough to make it freaking weird,
Yeah.
and they can play it in like 22 video sequences, and so you get like half of the movie, but it just jumps around, and you're like, what is the storyline? What? Dave Grohl, Jack Black, where?
It's a good movie, man.
Good
Yeah.
movie.
Have you gotten to see that new Foo Fighters movie they made?
Oh,
I
Studio
really
666. haven't
wanted
yet.
to. I don't know where to watch it
Neither do
because
I.
it was in theaters for like a couple days,
Oh yeah.
and I was working or doing something. I couldn't see it.
I feel left behind on all these shows now because I only have
Yeah, I know.
Netflix and Hulu, and like everything's come out on like
I don't
Apple
think it's on-
TV and
nothing
whatever
but
Peacock. And,
excuses.
Yeah, we gotta go
I'll
buy it though.
I'll pull my quote from Miss Pitts, dude. Excuses are tools of incompetence used to build monuments of nothingness, and those who specialize in them seldom succeed in anything.
That's fine. I won't succeed if I won't succeed, but I'm not gonna pay for all those services. So fuck it. If that's what it is. I'll
Just make more money, would you?
Ben just said this super inspiring thing, and you're just like, I'm not gonna
that.
fucking pay.
yeah.
for
I'm not gonna
Hulu.
pay for all these. It's not worth it. It's not.
You just steal passwords.
That's what I have
Yeah.
my mom's Netflix.
I didn't say pay for him, dude. I just said
Yeah.
get him.
You make
That's a
your own
good
means.
I haven't seen in like 6 months. I still use his Crunchyroll or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just use a Fire Stick and definitely
Yeah.
don't pirate anything, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
the
If
best way to
any
not
police
do it.
listening, we always
Yeah.
follow the laws.
We're
Police
good,
are listening to
wholesome
this?
boys.
I don't ever speak or anything.
Just my FBI agent.
How many?
Coming out the door.
Yeah.
There's only one way in and one way out.
It's true.
Taking out that AC. It's only cardboard on the other side.
It's yeah.
I'm gonna do a double McTwist. Land on my feet, roll away.
You got it planned out.
I've got it planned out.
Planned out.
I've been thinking of this for 30 minutes. What are we talking about here?
How old were you guys when you started playing music on your own?
In the womb.
In the womb?
Ew.
Drumming his umbilical cord.
Just in the stomach.
I was probably.
Just imagine like a little fetus like stepping on the cord and just like plucking the bass string.
That's gross.
Seems like something you'd
Hey,
see.
dude, it is a part of life, man.
Seems like something you'd see in Big Mouth. Just,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I fucking
that's a
love
good
that
way
show.
to see it.
Yeah.
I was probably 7. My mom. Thank you to my mom for making me do this.
Shout out
man.
to Ethan's mother.
Shout out to my mom. They made me start with classical
Ethan's
guitar.
Mom!
I did not like classical guitar when I was, a 7-year-old boy who was listening to Guns N' Roses, and then they give me this instrument. They're like, now play this nice, beautiful, soft piece of music, and I'm like, fuck that. I want to play Guns N' Roses. But no, it really helped. I may not have liked it as much in the beginning. My mom kept pushing me. She even started to play, and learn a little bit with me at one point. But I had this teacher named Mr. Warren, and he was a good guy, man. We
Sounds like a bad guy.
he was a good guy. He taught me how to do some technical stuff that I don't necessarily retain all of that because I haven't played classical in years, but it's definitely reflected in how I play now, and I can do some of those more technical things because I started off like that. Which is super cool. I'm glad that my parents made me do that. Probably because I refused to play football, but I played baseball. I got it. Yeah, I have to do something.
He's a heavy hitter.
No, but it was cool. And then I kind of just picked up bass from there. I played bass in a band in high school, and then we got a drum set. My brother played drums for a while, so I just kind of banged on that, and I'm glad that it kind of came together at a young age like that, because I think it's definitely harder to learn once you are unaware that something like classical music and classical guitar can help you in the long run. You know, now if I didn't play and someone sat me down and was like, here's this classical guitar and learn it, I'd be like, no. I'm an adult, I can make my own decisions. No.
Yeah.
My parents were like, you're doing this. So it helped, and it made me, you know, who I am today. So
Yeah, I got my first drum set when I was 3. And before, I guess during that too, but like my mom would always collect the chopsticks from like different Asian restaurants for me, and I would have, you know, like in your car, the little section where the trash is supposed to go in the door. Well, I would just fill that with little chopsticks, and my mom would put on the radio, and I'd just be like jamming out. And then I got the drum set, and I think I wanted to be like a rock star singer when I was little. I have this VHS tape from when I was in pre-K. Of me singing the Go Wherever You Go by The Calling. I don't know that song with like a little fake earring and like a little blow up guitar in front of like this room full of like parents for a talent show. And then I just started playing drums, and in middle school my mom put me into this guitar class to try to learn guitar because drums are loud, and I couldn't do it. I hated it so much, and then I joined the band, like the drum part of the band. They didn't have a drum line in middle school, but then in high school I did drum line, and at first I was like, this sucks. Like, I hated all the technical stuff. I hated having to read music. I was just like, because normally I would just listen to it and then play it, and then they were like, read this thing and you have to do exactly what's on this sheet, and then you have to march around and do a bunch of shit, and I was like, this fucking sucks. And then I realized that I thought the people that were older than me and better at me were really cool, so I was like, I want to be like them. And so then I like started practicing. Got to college, insanely, insane musicians in college, like drummers and stuff. Because like drumming's crazy, because you can get so technical with it, and which is interesting. And I'm glad I did marching band. I didn't like any of the times that I did it, which I think is funny. I did it for like 8 years and I hated it, but it made me a better player, for sure. So yeah. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Ben?
you started playing a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Ben started playing a few weeks ago.
Trash man. I've been singing since I heard ABBA sing Dancing Queen on Hit Clips. And I don't know how young
Was
I
that a couple weeks ago? Or?
I don't remember.
Okay. At least a day ago.
At least more than a day.
Yeah.
I would say, to be sure. Guitar, I think I started playing when I was 7. But that doesn't matter, because he's way better at guitar than I am. And he's been playing since he was 7. And he's younger than me, too. But I got a long way to go with guitar. I've been playing guitar since kindergarten or so. But yeah, I've been singing since forever.
As
long as I've been here.
I'll say though that I haven't trusted like a rhythm guitarist in a band since I got to White Lighter. So, because there's, you know, you kind of just get it. You know, you're like, here.
I'm confused as to what you said there.
What?
You said you haven't trusted a rhythm guitarist since you got to
Until. You meant until.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say, dude, what is that?
Oh, until.
Never trusted one since you've been.
Yeah, since you came in,
This guy
you was just all you ruined it all.
You started playing guitar at 7, and you still sound like you're a 7-year-old.
No, I didn't trust one. Yeah, I didn't trust one until I got to White Lighter. So you get like what I'm trying to do, and you provide like a backbone that is.
That was a good save right there,
it
buddy.
Just sounds good. Thank you for.
You're so awesome, Ben. Holy shit, you're the best. Oh my god.
Wow, everybody!
I'm sorry. No, you are very good at guitar.
Oh yeah, thank you for sprinkling me.
You're better at me than at guitar.
Hey, I'm better than me at guitar, so.
Shit.
Yeah. No, you're a great player, man.
You guys are too kind.
It's fantastic to have a rhythm player. So.
Boo! Next subject.
What made you actually want to do the upside down strat?
So that one it just made sense. Like, I don't know.
Duh.
I was just like, for me, when I'm like looking at stuff and I'm thinking through things, I'm like, well, if I want to I constantly think I'm pretty dumb. So if I want to like think about something like a smart person, I'm like, yo, who do I consider like the best in this sector or like in this subject? And I'm like looking at how long people practice or how long people put time into whatever it is, and I'm like, well, this is like, if it's a scientist, I trust a scientist because they've put thousands of hours of effort into it. If it's like the craziest guitarist I've ever heard, I'm like, yo, they probably know what the fuck they're talking about. And so I'm like, well, there's some sort of model that someone's put like more time and effort and thought into, like that makes sense to me. And so I, luckily achieved one of these guitars pretty quickly through the means of credit card. But like, yeah, that's a gorgeous thing. I actually just
The PRS is
I
sick.
kind of just got a little upgrade recently. I got 2 guitars, electric now. I had a nice acoustic for a while, but the electric guitar I just added is a PRS, super similar to the Stratocaster, but I also, I wanted something that's gonna really back Ethan up for a good background on rhythm, and I love this Stratocaster to the end of the earth and back, and for the life of me I couldn't get the thing to stay in tune, so I got some locking tuners on the way, and I'm hoping that's gonna help some of the problems. But like, if I'm hitting a chord, this man just needs something to sound good, because he's shedding light on the earth with this gorgeous fucking finger magic he's throwing around, and then Christian's over here blasting away like I can't even fathom with 4 different limbs going, and I'm sitting here trying to play a G that I've played since I was 7, and it just sounds like crap. And I'm like, well, dude, like, this thing sounds so good as a lead guitar. Like, it's so clean, and everything about it's perfect. And when you're playing a lead guitar, you can bend it around and make it sound great. But as soon as I hit that whammy bar one time, I'm like, I can't go back to a chord for my man here and hold it down. You know what I mean? And I got bad hearing, and so I can't tune quick during a show and like fix it. And I'm like, well, dude, we're screwed to the end of the song. So like, I got something to stay in tune, but I'm gonna try and piece together this Fender back, because that's my good luck charm, man. Yeah, that one just like reached out and made sense,
Yeah, PRS is sick though. I love
PRS makes a beautiful guitar. Fender makes a beautiful guitar. I'm sure there's a lot of other beautiful guitars. I don't have enough money for anything.
Yeah.
Don't have enough money for the guitars I have now. That's okay. Other people need more money than me,
Yeah.
So.
What's a good dream theater to play at? Where you want to play the most?
Where do you want to play the most?
Like locally or like
Just like-
professional? Like if
Like Madison Square Garden, Red Rocks, whatever theater or amphitheater.
What's that? I'm so bad for not knowing what this is. but
Wembley?
those- Wembley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. That's what everybody wants to do. I think everybody that plays music, everybody that's always ever played music has always wanted to like do it as a living and actually have people buy, like thousands of people buy tickets to come to your shows and like tour the world. And like, I feel like that's everybody's goal that plays music, and so few get to actually do that. That would be like my ultimate goal, would just be like play for thousands of people every
Right.
night. That'd be the coolest thing in the world. So
Yeah.
anywhere that's large and full of people would be.
Yeah, I just we're getting there to where people listen to our music and come to the shows for our music, and that's at the end of the day that's all I want to do. So whether that's Wembley or
Ethan's
Bogarts.
backyard.
My backyard, Bogarts, whatever. If people are there for us, that's I've achieved what I want to achieve. So.
If I had to pick a dream goal, it's a pretty easy one for me. And it
Playing at
seems
Motor
pretty
again.
achievable. I just want to get back on good terms.
I'm sorry for what I said, dude who worked there.
No, I got it's in Ohio actually, which is cool, and it's called Skatopia, and that's just like this beautiful place out in the middle of nowhere, Ohio, and it's basically like the skateboard heaven, and there's just like 5 different portions of skate park built on this man's property, and he's a super nice guy, and he's got a beautiful stage area, and my dream is to help rebuild this beautiful stage and put on a beautiful show while people are, you know, skating and just enjoying themselves, because it's a cool place, and, you know, a lot of cool people that, you know, are involved in something like that. So
That's awesome.
it's a good time, that's for sure. It's what we're doing right now. Having a beautiful time doing it.
Minus the shit.
Minus the poop in the toilet.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you
Full
for,
circle.
Thank you for your,
Full
your
circle.
time.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
has been
thank
lovely
you.
talking.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah.
great.
Me?
Is that it?
Oh.
I snap. That's what I do.
That's-
That's what I'm here.
I would say I'm not very good at this.
Oh, it's up here.
I got
Look
it.
at
Like,
this. We are-
subscribe.
We are White Lighter.
White lighter.
Yes.
This is a thing for us. You
I-
can
I
check
do
out our
it.
Instagram.
Yeah, Ethan
if
does
you
a good
want.
job. Yeah,
I do it at every show. I
Ethan
got
does
it.
this good
Yeah.
for us.
White
for
lighter Cincy with a Y.
For
That's what he
bad for
sounds
me
like.
for talking. So
All right,
Ethan.
here's what I say in the microphone at every show. If you guys feel so inclined, follow us on White Lighter Cincy with a Y on Instagram and Facebook. Check out our album Natural Law on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, any streaming platform. We don't make any money off of it, but it would be awesome if you did it, because eventually, if enough of you stream it, we can go places.
Yeah, it makes us look cool.
Okay.
Buy our merch. We have cool merch.
Yeah, we have some sweet White Lighter shirts.
Do a
and
kickflip.
Do a kickflip.
Do it.
That's
Support local music. The
Yeah.
Clifton music scene's pretty awesome
Fight
right
local
now.
hecklers.
Yeah. Fight local hecklers. Fight everyone. Just-
Whoa! I don't
we
know about
promote
everyone.
violence.
Yeah, check out.
Condone it.
Yeah.
No, that's a lie. Would he get in trouble for that?
Yeah, if people. Well, not really. That.
White Lighter legally condoned me for this violence. Well, they're going down.
Oh, man. Check out our stuff
Yeah.
and come
Check
up
out our
to us.
OnlyFans. It's exclusive content. Shit you'll never see at the show.
Ben doesn't even know we do it.
Ben does it.
Yeah.
He's asleep.
Oh no.
Come up to us, ask us questions, interact with us. We
You guys
love
are
it.
sketchy,
We love
dude.
everyone that loves our music. So
What?
that's all we got.
You love everyone?
That loves our music. Yeah.
Don't
Maybe
try to
not.
touch
Maybe
his
not.
nipples when he's playing.
But
That's
don't do that.
not a good thing to
What are we
do.
talking about here?
Up and tell him to flex.
Yeah. Yeah, none of that stuff. Yeah.
That is the perfect way to do it.
That's a wrap.
That might be my favorite.
Hell yeah, man.